The ongoing presidency of Donald Trump has continued to cause quite the stir amongst his critics and supporters alike. Though there is great divide amongst those who are pro or against a Trump White House, there is one segment of the population that seems to continue to react with unbridled enthusiasm for President Trump's first term in office, and that would be the business community. The stock market has been white hot since the real estate tycoon and reality TV star took the oath of office, breaking the 21,000 and most recently the 26,000 ceiling for the first time in history, and it doesn't look like this momentum's going to stop anytime soon. Eager investors have been flocking to the securities market in record numbers, anticipating a continuing business-friendly administration. After 8 years of what seemed like anything but.
That's right, Jim. And the sector to watch extra closely seems to be the rapidly growing legal marijuana market, particularly the medical marijuana market. One of the hottest subsegments that we're seeing from medical marijuana market is the cannabinoid market. The cannabinoid comes from a diverse class of chemical compounds that occur naturally in the cannabis plant and acts on receptors in cells that alter a neurotransmitter released in the brain. The applications for cannabinoids are almost limitless. It can be used from anything, to health, to beauty, to nutrition. Cannabinoids are like a gold mine to investors, and the timing could very well be perfect to capitalize on what experts are saying could be a once-in-a-decade opportunity. Over to you, Molly.
Thanks, Josh. The immense wealth that cannabinoids are bringing to investors and the cannabis companies they are snapping up is staggering. Companies can go from zero to multi-billion-dollar powerhouses in what seems like overnight. There has not been an industry showing such potential to grow this fast in a very long time. With the U.S. economy not reaching a 3% overall growth rate once in the 8 years of Obama's presidency, something we have not seen since Herbert Hoover was president in the late 1920s and early 30s. It is hard to even imagine an industry with year-on-year growth numbers like those coming from the legal marijuana market. It's estimated that the medical marijuana market could increase by 700% between now and 2020. Jim?
Molly, those are pretty incredible numbers. Our correspondent Adam Collins is on the ground with a report on a hot, innovative new company in the cannabinoid market for investors to keep their eye on.
Thanks, Jim. That's right. We've had our eye on a company that could very well be termed the next big thing, or some on Wall Street are saying the next marijuana miracle. Marijuana, and more specifically cannabinoid companies, are in a white-hot market. A market that is still in its infancy and is expected to grow more than 700% over the next 36 months. That's not 70%, that is 700%. And what if I told you this little gem of a company in the white-hot market has also put together a powerhouse team, including ex-execs from places like Microsoft, NASA, Anderson Consulting, and Sony Pictures. In fact, not only did the CEO of the company used to work at NASA, he also had the entrepreneurial chops necessary to take his last company from $0 to $7 million a month in revenue in about 3 years. And what if I also told you that this powerhouse team is harnessing what I'm calling social referral selling to launch an aspirational lifestyle brand around the hottest product category of 2018? Would you be interested in hearing more? As a smart investor, you bet you would. And more states are legalizing the use of the marijuana plant, and the interest in its health, beauty, and nutritional benefits, and especially those coming from the extracted cannabinoids, is simply exploding. You can bet when an industry is expected to grow by 700% in a few short years, Wall Street and investors can get very excited. Trouble is that a lot of the initial players in this marijuana space have lacked business savvy. Think of it this way. Only a couple years ago, they were operating illegally under the radar cash and carry only type operations. This is why it's so exciting to hear about a company emerging within the industry that is bringing real business acumen to the marijuana and cannabinoid space, and this is exactly why I'm featuring this company as our hot marijuana stock to watch for 2018. These guys are bringing very serious, big business chops to a market where, at the moment, amateurs rule. The company is called Vitalibus Inc. They are creating a health, beauty, and nutritional line of products made from cannabinoid extracts. According to Hemp Business Journal, cannabinoids such as CBD are being hailed as a potential wonder drug capable of helping people who have arthritis, alcoholism, chronic pain, schizophrenia, depression, diabetes, multiple sclerosis, and many other conditions. So, we here at Financial News believe that Vitalibus, by focusing on cannabinoid-based products, has zeroed in on one of the most profitable and largest potential segment of the medical marijuana market. When you look at the pain relief potential of cannabinoids such as CBD and consider the addiction problems of the opiate-based pain medications currently on the market, the opportunity for Vitalibus is simply staggering.
Adam, can I stop you there for a second? Can you explain to our viewers in a bit more detail about these addiction problems from these so-called opiates?
Sure, Jim. I'm glad you asked. Let me spit out some numbers that could make your jaw drop. First of all, did you know that the number of deaths from prescription-based opiates, again, these are legal pain relief drugs prescribed by your local doctor, is actually bigger than the total combined number of deaths from illegal drugs such as cocaine or heroin? That's right, doctor-prescribed opiates are causing more deaths in the U.S. than both cocaine and heroin combined. Here's another one, Jim. Did you know that opiate abuse cost the healthcare system an estimated $484 billion last year alone? And that number seems to only be rising. Here's another one. Did you know that there are 12 states that had written more opiate prescriptions last year than they have people residing in them? And try this one on for size. According to a recent investigation by the U.S. Congress, a town of about 3,000 in West Virginia was sent more than 20.8 million prescription painkillers by drug wholesalers from 2008 to 2015.
Nearly 21 million pills to a town of 3,000 people. Did I hear that right?
Yes, that is exactly what I said, and not just any pills, but strong opioids such as Vicodin, hydrocodone, and oxycodone. To put this in perspective, this is almost 7,000 pills per person. Here's another one, Jim. Did you also know that for every 100 people in the great state of Alabama, that there were 143 opiate prescriptions written in 2016? These are staggering numbers and shows the opiate problem is out of control. And this is why the moment could not be better for Vitalibus and the other producers of CBD products in the health sector. One other hugely favorable factor for Vitalibus is that we're in the middle of one of the largest demographic movements into old age in our country's history. This is a huge potential market for well-positioned players such as Vitalibus in the cannabinoid space. Every day in the US alone, 10,000 baby boomers turn 65. According to the Social Security Administration, this will continue for the next 12 years. And not only are the sheer numbers of baby boomers massive, but they are the wealthiest generation in our nation's history. The baby boomers are in the process of transferring $30 trillion of their money to their next of kin. So when you have such a large, rich segment of the population entering the part of their life when pain, both acute and chronic, become an unfortunate fact of life, a ton of money is going to be spent. And given the choice between deadly addictive opiates and safe, effective, non-addictive plant-based alternatives such as cannabinoids, what do you think they'll choose? And that is exactly why I believe that Vitalibus could be the breakout stock of 2018. Especially when you consider that there are a bunch of cash-rich legacy pharma companies that are looking very hard at diversifying out of the opiate pain medication business and into safer alternatives such as cannabinoids. These companies are very much in the market to acquire firms with innovations in cannabinoids like Vitalibus. And again, the fact that at the same time Vitalibus is creating the first true aspirational lifestyle brand in the cannabinoid and legal marijuana market makes us all the more excited. Again, remember that the power of brand is what is currently lacking in the marijuana sector due to how new the legal market is and frankly, how amateurish most of the players in the game are. Jim, can you name a single known brand in the marijuana space?
No, I can honestly say that even covering this space for years, I cannot think of one.
Me neither, and as the world's greatest investor, Warren Buffett has said that he invests in companies that have built themselves a large moat, a barrier against competitors. And do you know what his number one top indicator of a good moat is? A strong brand. And so it stands to reason that the first company to create a strong brand in the cannabinoid health, beauty, and nutritional market is going to walk into the lion's share of the profits. Vitalibus is showing all the signs that they can be that company that rakes in the rewards. As I said in the beginning, the CEO of Vitalibus, Steve Rack, besides having cut his teeth at places like NASA, Anderson Consulting, and Sony Pictures, took his last company, Beauty Counter, from nothing to over $7 million in monthly revenue in around 36 months. Pretty impressive. The technology head, Kevin Lucier, is an ex-Toyota exec. The head of product development used to be the vice president of operations at a tiny little company called Microsoft. So putting a team on the field with the experience and know-how of the Vitalibus team against the current crop of amateurs, well, it really isn't a fair fight, to be frank. And this is not just because the team is top-notch, though they are. It's also because of a unique selling system that they're developing that is harnessing the connected nature of the social economy in 2018. I'm calling it social referral selling. And basically, what it means is that one way Vitalibus will sell its products and build its brand is through incentivizing market influencers on social media to use and promote this company's products in exchange for a generous commission on all sales made to their followers. Let's face it, we live in a new age, and one thing that is striking about these times is the fact that all these new media channels, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, have created a new class of what we call market influencers. People that have developed themselves quite a sizable fan base based around the content they produce. And when I'm saying sizable, I mean sizable. Consider these two celebrities that you've probably never heard of. Uber Haxor Nova is a guy who plays video games online like Grand Theft Auto. Never heard of him, right? Well, his videos have been viewed over 1.38 billion times, and he has millions of subscribers to his YouTube channel. Or Jenna Marbles. She does comedy videos and has over 1.7 billion views and over 15.5 million subscribers. Market influencers like these are the heart of the Vitalibus go-to market strategy. Vitalibus will be tapping in to this group and offering these mini celebrities a cutting-edge product line that will not only enhance their image, but also put sizable amounts of cash in their hands. This innovative strategy is not only going to grow buzz around the Vitalibus brand, but it's going to virally distribute the product as the fans of these mini celebrities will also share the product to their friends and so forth. Sheer brilliance. Social media outlets such as Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube wield tremendous force in all segments of the new interconnected social market. Take Kylie Jenner's recent negative post about Snapchat to her followers. With less than 160 characters, she is literally said to have caused $1.2 billion to disappear from Snapchat's valuation overnight. We live in a world that our virtual world is affecting more and more the real world, and those that harness the power of this social, virtual, interconnected world will be the ones to reap the rewards. And Vitalibus is standing front and center to emerge as the brand that can do this in the marijuana and cannabinoid space. I think it's also important to note that we here at Financial News are not beginners at picking out gems in the marijuana market before the companies take off. Our ability to do so has made our subscribers a lot of money. Consider the following. Take as example these 5 companies that we alerted on recently, and imagine having put just $1,000 in each of them when we alerted. Cannabis Sativa Inc., or CBDS, on the OTC market. When we alerted this company on December 12, 2013, it was sitting at just 72 cents. It recently traded at $5.44 for a gain of 655.56%. Or Afria Inc., APH, on the Toronto Stock Exchange. When we alerted on December 15, 2014, the stock was sitting at 72 cents as well, and recently traded at $12.92 for a gain of 1,694.44%. Or Cara Therapeutics Incorporated, Cara, C-A-R-A, on NASDAQ. When we alerted on Friday, February 26, 2016, the price of the stock was $4.76, and recently this stock traded at $14.20 for a 198.32% gain. Or Chronos Group Inc., MJN, on the Toronto Stock Exchange. When we alerted on this company on June 14, 2016, the stock was at 19 cents, and recently this stock traded for $9.85 for a 5,084.21% gain. Or finally, Axum Biotechnologies Incorporated, AXIM, on the OTC market. When we alerted this stock on September 19, 2016, it was sitting at 22 cents and recently traded at $5.72 for a gain of 2,500%. Let me help you do the math. Had you invested that $1,000 in each of them, you would have $106,325.30 today. Not a bad day at the office. That means my last 5 picks, if you average them out, have increased an average of 20-fold. So I think it's safe to say that we know what to look for in the marijuana market, and I believe that Vitalibus could be my biggest stock pick to date, bar none. To summarize, we have the absolute hottest, fastest growing market in the country, combined with the most seasoned and tested team, combined with an exciting emerging brand name in an industry that has none, and a sales and marketing strategy that harnesses the virality and network effect of the new class of mini celebrities to bring the Vitalibus brand and its product line to the marketplace faster, more profitably, and more efficiently than any of its competitors who, let's face it, were all basically criminals the day before yesterday. So we think it would be a wise decision for you to put this little gem of a company on your trading radar. Vitalibus trades under the symbol VCBD, and you can start your due diligence at www.vitalibus.com. This could very well be the single biggest investment opportunity of 2018. Back to you, Jim.
Thanks, Adam. Well, there you have it. The pot industry seems to be getting investors high as a kite, and it's not the kind of high that you would think. The only high around here is skyrocketing stock prices, and the natural high investors are getting from these stocks, and from the looks of it, VCBD could very well be on the cusp of being the next big marijuana miracle on Wall Street. For those of you interested in getting more information, again you can check out their website at www.vitalibus.com, or start your research by going to your online brokerage firm and putting in the ticker symbol VCBD. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Financial News.